I know. I was like, oh, God, I'm getting a bit short of breath. You know, it starts to make you panic a bit, and you're like, oh, hang on, and all fucking hell broke loose. I was like, walking to Az the chemist. I was like, can I please have an inhaler? Like, just trying to get an emergency prescription because they couldn't find they had annoyingly this so annoying. They saw I was taking the 200/6 inhaler, but they only had 100/6 or something, and they're like, well, we can't give you that one because you're not prescribed. I was like, I just need something, please. They're like, no, they said, yeah, they had to call a fucking ambulance. So I was sat in, in the side room where the fucking junkies go to get their methadone. You know the room I mean. So they're like, oh, do you want to come in here? So you're like going in there, like shaking like a shitting dog because you can't breathe properly. You look like a crackhead, and then an ambulance turns up, and it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like, yeah, they're like, why have you not had your inhaler? I left it at home. I'm sorry. A bit embarrassing. There's like 2 paramedics turn up, and they're like, "Do you think you need to go to hospital?" I was like, "No, just no." I had to fucking go to I think the Tesco's had it in stock, so I had to go all the way across town after I've had a nebulizer, and it was going to cost like 40 quid for an inhaler, and it's silly money, like it's absolutely silly. But there you go.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, we're just ranting about asthma.
I was on. I think it was on like PGL, and yeah, I was on PGL,
Yeah,
and this guy
crap.
was sharing a room with had Nasser attack in the night. That's.
It's not. Yeah. Oh, this one, it was just like, it was one of the hottest days of the year last year, and I'm lugging my bass amp stuff around, bass guitar shit, up and down stairs. I was straight, and it just, all of a sudden, it just goes bang, and you're like, oh my god, my chest has got tight. Oh shit. Yeah, it is like sort of. I can't breathe.
No.
Yeah, lucky motherfuckers. I can still run and stuff. That's the thing. I can run. I go on runs and ride my bike, but I've got to have my inhaler beforehand to open it up.
I mean,
It's really good.
unhealthy count.
I've got unhealthy asthma. Oh god. Just inhaling concrete dust all day. Concentrating hard, that's sort of.
Yeah, round 2 of USA.
What's good? My wheel rotation has changed again. It's gone back to 360. It's done this twice today. It goes from 300 to 360. I go and turn into the first hairpin. Why is it not turning enough?
Yeah.
I need to look at. It's really annoying. It's what I'd end up in like Delaware or something. Oh, hopefully I don't get 12 again.
I managed to go 24 laps without getting a time penalty yesterday.
It's like points on your license. It's like you get to 12 and they kick you out of the game. Oh yeah, I need to record this time. Yeah, I'm not forgetting again. Never again.
I need to have a better qualifying than I did on Wednesday. Ugh. Oh no. Hopefully we can repeat our battle from Japan. We had a great battle in Japan, from what I remember. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's because you're in a Ferrari car. That's why. Maybe if you got out of a Ferrari powered car.
Fastest car on the grid, really. They've just been hiding it. Yeah, yeah, okay, because that new Russian idiot's going to get every last bit out of that car, isn't he?
All personnel be aware. Car leaving.
Yeah, I went off my press drive out. Something like, why is it not going?
Oh, definitely should have put. I haven't practiced since Wednesday, so this should be interesting. I've been playing
I
Halo
spent
most of the
3
day.
hours doing Imola today, so I've loads of practice for America.
Oh.
The non-official one.
Or if you're Dave in cockpit view, blind apexes.
Yeah. I'm still not brave enough. I put the racing line back on. Just for this week.
Definitely don't blame them.
Normal service will be resumed next. Normally.
No, we did a classics race around Kota. Well, yeah. It was the bronze and the 92 Williams, I think. Yeah. I won that race.
Cheers, Scott.
God, man. The sun really gets in your eyes on that last corner.
that'll do. Slowest in lap ever, man.
Anyone on a hot lap from sector 2?
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
I'll stay off the line on the straight. It's really the best idea. The thing with the mediums around here in qualifying is not a lot of grip, so like, I feel like if you get into the 32s you've done well. Yeah, true. Oh, who's my teammate? Who is this waiting for the get in the garage? Oh, I don't know who it is. It's mostly gold.
Oh, it's not us then.
Yeah, so do I.
Best lap so far is a 1:33.0.
Pulled a Lewis
Oh
Hamilton
my
on
god,
us. That's what he
he
did.
dropped to 4th. Holy moly.
Standing by.
It's about 2 seconds. Oh,
Yeah,
Bluey's my
now it's
teammate.
time to just go crazy.
I've got Bluey for a teammate. I see.
Oh, okay. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Laps of fuel left.
Oh, and a whole lap.
Starting the whole lap. Awesome.
As you into P2, you're narrowly on the front row of the grid.
I
That's a
was.
pretty clean lap from me, jeez. Oh, I'll be in the same place, pretty much. See, once again, going around at 10 miles an hour gives you a faster lap somehow.
Oh, be warned as well. I didn't realise you can get a warning for corner cutting going into the pits.
Yeah, you can.
So don't,
yeah.
don't get greedy on pit entry.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Oh, I'm in one of the first garages. Oh, damn. It'd be cool if you could choose your teammate on multiplayer races.
Or just
Yeah. I would also like to see the garages change position wherever, depending on where you finish in the championship during career mode. Because that's what happens in real life, isn't it? Garages change position. Or at least I think it is.
I
That's it,
think it was
Vardy. Give me
Morales.
slipstream. Give me slipstream, Vardy.
Oh, no, that.
That would be cool.
That's it. My quality's over. It was, but I got a warning for corner cutting, lap invalidated.
Oh man. Oh, it's a virtual Grand Prix this weekend, I believe. It starts back up. That was always a lot of fun. I think Taylor's on a hot lap.
I wish I'd put an extra lap of fuel in there.
Start on a hot lap.
I might just give it a go. See what if I've got over one lap, I'm gonna go for it. If I haven't, then I got 1.1 lap of fuel. Let's give it a go. I don't think it's going to be enough to get round.
There goes that lap.
This is my fastest lap, and I'm not going to have enough fuel to finish it. This is ridiculous.
I'm happy with P2 anyway. Vardy's probably going to run away with this one again.
No, no, no! I was 6/10 up on my time, man. I ran into low fuel mode at the end of the long right-hander.
Oh, mate.
I'd have done my first 30 then.
That is rough.
Oh well.
Well, I think a 31.2 is the fastest I've gone round here, so. time to bounce. Oh, I'm on the clean side. Oh, please, I'm on the. Oh, I'm on the clean side. Oh, that hurts.
System checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap. Expecting any changes to the weather today? Dry throughout. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. Rebels, stay focused. okay?
Opportunity, I suppose. We'll try my hand at commentary. Why not? Let's camera time. Ah, there we are. So looks like a lot of people opting for either mediums or hards. They'll both make it to the end of the race, quality on which will be varying. Hard runners will have a much slower pace and the medium runners will have a lot more to attack with. Hard runners will be hard pressed to keep it on the circuit, as the hard tyres tend to have a lot less grip than the other tyres on offer. My teammate Bluey opted for a fresh set of softs. This could play into his hands quite well actually, because I'd imagine he'd have been on a 2-stop. Now he's going to be on what would be a 1-stop race essentially, which would be quite good for him. He could go onto the mediums and could make up quite a bit of ground. We've got Scott there. Scott looking fast. He was looking quite fast on Wednesday. I know he gave me a run for my money in the closing laps. Okay, so looks like the safety car's coming in, so we're going to sit with a leader as they come round. Vardy will be controlling the pace of everybody else. This could be quite a fun restart. This is me crashing out has definitely shaken up the order, but Vardy's still the man I've got my money on to win this race. So if you're wondering why they're weaving about, it's because they're warming up the tyres, making sure they're at optimum level for this restart. And Vardy's away. A caught everybody by surprise there, but Taylor is right on the back of him. Vardy does seem to have the pace. Oh, there's been some contacts way back here. Callum with a 5-second time penalty along with Dave. Very weird. Lots of positions changing hands around here. I think the grid might be messed up again. I don't know, it normally happens. Yes, it's right on board with our leaders. We've got a three-way battle for the lead here. Callum with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And Devola getting round QB after his run wide. That tricky slow left-hander. And we got Miralles running it into the pits. Then I believe he's on the hards. I think he might be stopping for the mediums there. Let's check back in with Taylor now, who seems to be right on the back of Aces versus Kings. They've got to try and stay with Vardy if they want any chance of taking the race win off of him today, because I don't think these boys will be going for another stop. If they are, it'll likely be onto a soft tyre, but that is a less than optimal strategy. And it could pay off. There's a long way to go yet. They're only 9 laps into this race, with 17 more to go. We've got some more position changes back. Sector 1, not sure. Most of the field with penalties now as well. Miralles having a very far gap back. Alright, and let's head back up to our leaders as they come round onto the back straight. Is it the back straight? No, they're in Sector 2, sorry. 3 even. Getting all muddled, yeah. And we've got Bluey getting past Scott. Scott must have made a mistake in that slow left-hander. It's quite a merciless corner, really. DRS being enabled now after the safety car restart. This will help Taylor out big time when he gets down onto the back straight there to attack. Scott still chasing behind on Bluey, and there's not too many gaps to be watching. Pals is on the back of QB here. QB seems to be struggling. I don't know how old his tyres are. Let's have a look. He's on 7.5 soft tyres. Yeah, those will be quite gone in terms of the tyre wear there. They won't have as much grip. There's a yellow flag. That's probably a track map on. There we go. Got a yellow flag in Sector 1. It seems Ginger Prince has had a moment. There we go then. Spooner on Callum. Down into this tight right hand hairpin. Onto the back straight. Callum going to give him no room at all, but Spooner is going to have DRS down this straight. And here we go, then this should be a nice simple move. He's going to go around the outside. He's not going to find any quarter from Callum. Callum defended the inside quite harshly there. QBV has come off the track. It looks like Callum might have to wait until the start-finish straight. Well, Spooner, sorry, will have to wait till the start-finish straight. There's a yellow flag again in Sector 2 now. Must have been Ginger Prince again. Oh, Callum getting a bit wide there out of that corner, and he's diving it into the pits. He is not having a good time on those hard tyres there. I think he might stop for mediums and try and run it to the end of the race here. But let's get back to the action. Let's see. Aces has caught onto the back of Vardy. Now this is an interesting battle to keep an eye on for the win here. Vardy quite dominated Wednesday's race. I finished about 27 seconds behind him. Let's see then, can Aces get past? Aces is looking up on the inside, he's not going to make the move. He's just going to follow him in, maybe try and get him into the turn 1 or through this sector. I don't know. I don't know. Aces and Taylor are going to have a lot more grip. Oh, Aces dives it up into the sharp. There's a little bit of contact, I think, but they've all kept it on the circuit. And now Taylor's going to go on the attack on Aces. What an opportunity this is. Nice clean run through there. It's very easy to get early on the power. They're both going to have DRS, so it's going to neutralise Taylor, but Taylor looks like he's got a very nice approach coming in. Up the inside of Aces. They're both side by side into the next couple of corners. A battle that I had with Taylor just a few laps prior. I think Taylor has backed out of it and slotted back behind. Devola's doing. He's right on the back of Scott. He's right in his gearbox. And Devola's passed. He seemed to have missed how he got past exactly. Oh dear. Devola not having too much DRS there. Oh, there must have been some sort of incident back in the battle for first place. This Taylor seems to have dropped back from Aces quite massively. It leaves Aces with a bit of breathing space to try and close that gap back up to Vardy now. Bluey then on 5 lap old hards, doing it for the team. I don't know what our team's called, but he's doing what he can, I suppose. So we've got a fair few nice little battles after the safety car start. There's a battle for 4th going on, three-way battle, which is nice, and a battle for 1st. I mean, Bluey will be coming in the pits within the next 5 or so laps for that set of medium tyres, which will take him out of this battle, but it may bring him up a lot further than you think. Taylor once again right on the back of Aces then. Right, this is going to be an interesting battle as they come through sector 1. Very tight, very tight. He's got a lot of pace and could very well still be in this, especially if Aces and Taylor have, of course, the big man himself, leader of, well, creator or co-creator, I suppose, but face of the community. Great guy, great racer. Feel like I'm just talking out of my arse here, but I'll keep going. I keep watching on board with Taylor then as he tries to close that gap onto Aces. And if you want some better commentary, go check out Infinite Gamer's channel. This isn't my forte, I'm a driver, I'm not really a commentator. But you know, I've got nothing else better to do since my car is no longer in one piece. Well, here we go then, Taylor coming up on the back of Aces. He's closing that gap and he's going to go for the inside, and they're going to go side by side into the corner. It's quite tight there, but Taylor's going to back off. He's not going to quite get the move done. Yeah, like I say, go check out Infinite Gamer. He's a really great commentator. Commentates for our Friday races. I personally enjoy watching him after the races, watching back what everyone's been up to. And we've also had Sweeney, another great commentator who does our Sunday races. But I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that already. So we continue to watch this battle for P1 then. It's like Vardy's got himself back into the fray here by getting in within DRS range of Taylor. So this battle is going to go on and on and on. And Vardy over time could see the advantage coming in his direction, as obviously those harder tyres do tend to go a longer way in this in the races, as they are a lot more durable but with a lot less grip. But there's not too many other battles to watch. Bluey is on the back of Scott here. But I think his tyres are going to be a downfall, and of course he does still have that pit stop to make. And those soft tyres will not make it to the end. So Taylor coming again then onto Ace. He's going side by side once again, and still Ace is not giving him the chance. This is all playing into Vardy's hands then. As these two keep battling, Vardy's able to just stay within range and stay within striking distance and really capitalise on any mistakes, or just the battling itself, and possibly get himself back into P1. Lap 15. We've still got a long way to go in this race. Only one left to pit, most likely is Bluey. We join back then, and Taylor seems to have claimed the lead. I'm sorry I've missed that. I'm sure Infinite Gamer has caught that for you. Like I say, much better commentator is Callum. Bins it somewhere. I don't know what quite happened there. It's a virtual safety car though, so that's going to neutralise the race. That means all drivers on track are going to have to stick to a delta, and for the life of them try not to go over that delta unless they incur the wrath of the penalty system in F1 2020, which is rather ruthless. But the racing should be underway very shortly. Virtual safety car doesn't tend to last too long. And there we are, back into green flag racing then, with Taylor leading the way. From Aces to Vardy to Devola to Scott to Bluey to Paus to Spooner to Miralez to QBV, Ginger Prince, and then me and Callum DNFing then as USA claims 2 victims. And of course, if you're not wanting to watch me ramble on in my terrible attempt at commentary, you can always go check out some of the other streams. I know a lot of the others are streaming. Pals and Devola are streaming their race. I know my race was only about 7 laps or so. I can't remember now, it's got too much time. And of course you can check out Infinite Gamer, our much more accustomed commentator that we have here at the APPF1 racing community. So then yes, still the only battle worth watching is this battle for the lead. It still could go any way. Taylor is looking very quick here, but as is Aces, and Vardy is also very quick, as we know from Wednesday. If you haven't watched my Wednesday stream, go check it out. It was a fun race, so I've actually finished. Then jumping it into the pits. He's going to go the last 10 laps on the softs. We'll see how this plays out for him, as those softs do seem to fall off quite quickly around this circuit. So we'll just have to see how it goes for Devola here. He could benefit from this quite a lot. Bluey still hasn't come in, strangely enough. A few people managing to keep it penalty free. Not a very easy thing to do around here. Sector 1 is very tight, as we all know. Right, then back on board with the action for the battle for the lead then, and Aces seems to have caught up to Taylor once again. Oh, that's Ginger Prince. Which is why we leave this stuff to the more adept commentators. And despite the two of you I know are watching. Oh, and Aces goes flying straight past Taylor then. With a much better run out of that first corner. Aces is going to reclaim the lead off of Taylor now. But this is still anyone's race out of these three drivers here. We've got 9 laps to go. As these three come through sector 1, this seems like Taylor is dropping off in pace here for whatever reason. Let's ride on board now with Vardy as he comes up on the back of them. Very tight little chicane there, very easy to spin it or get a time penalty. Vardy then not looking like he's going to get that DRS off of Taylor. He's just missed the... Oh no, he is going to get it. He did just come into the activation zone, so he is going to slowly close up on him. He's going to chuck it up into Rich and see how close he can get, but I don't think he's going to be able to make a move. Aces then has pulled out a fairly sizable gap, but Taylor is staying on the back of him. This is going to be a very interesting race indeed, as we see Bluey here now coming out, finally pitting. He's going to do fairly well on those mediums, I think. F1 you do have to use 2 different tyres, which is a mandatory rule. I believe you get disqualified if you don't. So Bluey then coming up on Miralles. Miralles, very fast driver. Had a great battle with Miralles in Japan last Friday. If you missed that, go check it out. Vardy then claiming P2 as Aces comes into the pits. He's got a time penalty as well. He's serving that time penalty then and chucking on the soft tyres, which if he can't close up, that means he is probably out of contention for this race, as Dave sets the fastest lap of the race of a 1:33.9. Aces then falling back into P7. He have a lot of catching up to do if he's got any chance of getting himself back into this race, but it is not very likely, if I do say so myself, unless a safety car was to come out, then perhaps he could have a very good chance. Then as we watch Vardy then all over the back of Taylor here, those hard tyres paying dividends with their longevity, winning the day then over the grip of the medium tyre. And we got Aces catch up into the back of the Verla, who's also on fresh soft. Perhaps Aces is also going to go for fastest lap. Verla then getting past Spooner. Didn't quite see what happened there, I wasn't looking. Palf's doing really good this race with a P4. If he can keep that going, he's going to have a great result this weekend. This Friday, sorry. Very rooting for you, Palfs. You've been getting ever so better on that wheel, mate. Keep it up. Well, of course, Dave is there closing that gap in 10th by 10th on those soft tyres. Lots of penalties being dished out here as Aces finds his way past Spooner in Sector 1. Oh, and there's a safety car. Ginger Prince has binned it. Well then, this has shaken the race up right onto its head for a second time today. A few people getting drive-through penalties there. Miralez with a penalty. This is going to play into Ace's hands quite well. It's possible that all these hard and medium runners at the front are going to come in for softs. If anything, most people will be coming in for softs. So let's go and see what the front runners are going to do around this safety car lap then. Yep, Taylor is going to chuck it into the pits. Vardy is going to follow him in too. Scott is also following him in. Sensible move. It's going to be a 6-lap sprint to the finish. Everybody probably chucking it in on softs. They probably will stay out on those fresh tyres. This will Aces. Let's see where Taylor comes out then. Our race leader for the moment. He is going to keep hold of the lead then. As the Aces doesn't come out, he just comes out behind Scott. Okay then, that's going to shake things up a bit then. So we're going to shuffle the grid one last time for everybody. Six laps, well, 5 or 6 lap sprint to the finish then. As we follow the safety car around the circuit for the second time today. Not sure who my money's on now anymore. I mean, it was on Vardy all the way, but this is motorsport and anything can happen. Now we're looking forward to a 4 or 5 lap sprint all the way to the finish then, once that safety car does eventually come in. I wish I could have been in that myself. I do enjoy a nice sprint to the finish, but lost my focus and binned it into the wall. That's all I can say on the matter. Just gonna have to hold out for Mexico next week. Try and get a good result. Right, so it looks like they're just waiting for QBV to catch up into the back of the safety car. That's going to bring him back into this race. But on the mediums, you could struggle to keep up with all these soft runners. Everybody being on fresh soft tyres, of course, which are the grippiest and the fastest of the tyres. Yet they do lack the longevity of the harder compounds. Miralez has also brought it into the pits then as well. I think he will still have to serve that drive-through penalty. Let's have a look. Where's the penalties thing? It's in here. Yeah, he will still have to serve that drive-through then. So Miralez, his race is over for today. It's a shame. He is a great driver. I did very much enjoy our battle in Japan. Fair few penalties around the field, so that could shake it up. If Vardy can stay within 6 seconds of Taylor, Vardy wins this race actually, so my prediction of Vardy winning isn't overly wrong. But like I say, there is still plenty of time to go and plenty of mistakes to be made. I'll keep those penalties up there because it can get quite confusing. Right then, I'd wager we're preparing to go racing on this lap then, so it will be a 5-lap sprint to the end. Sort of perfect little stint. Yet there it is, safety car in this lap then. As that yellow light on the top of the car does go out and the safety car speeds up off, so Taylor is going to be in control of the race restart this time. Vardy being the one who started the race start on the last safety car restart, and he caught everyone else out by surprise then, so let's ride on board with Taylor as the drivers are all warming up those tyres now, getting ready for that 5-lap sprint. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of focus coming out for the drivers now then, as they all prepare. Anybody could be in with a shot for this win today. Still my favourite will remain is Vardy, and Taylor has gone. That's it then, can Vardy keep behind him? Oh, he gets a bit squirrely on the exit, so Taylor then pulls out a little bit of a gap as they come in, as the drivers come into turn 1 now. And we come through turn 2 now into the fast sector 1. Scott right on the back of the Vola there then. Battle for P3, both for penalties, so they cancel each other out. But Vardy is our current race, technical race winner with the penalties, as Pouse gets a 9-second penalty. Combination of a number of 3-second penalties added up together. So there's a three-way battle going on now for P3 then in this race. Taylor's penalties could be what does finish him off and possibly drop him out of the points perhaps. I don't know, let's have a look. If you look at the gap as it stands, Taylor would drop down to P8, but I'm sure that the gaps will continue to go down as Scott is still all over the back of the Vola. As they come up to the start-finish straight, let's ride on board with Scott and see how this battle goes. We've got Vardy and Taylor battling up ahead as well. I know the penalties will come into effect once this race is ended, but I myself as a driver personally do like to settle matters on the track and not through penalties collected up. But these penalties are a part of Formula 1, so them not being in the game would be a little bit naff, I suppose. As it adds a lot of extra challenge to the driving around each circuit, especially a circuit like Kota. Down here in Texas, Scott then gets a nice run. He gets a little look up on the inside there on the exit off that hairpin. The Vola trying to break the slipstream as they come down into that harsh braking zone. We've seen a lot of overtaking and a lot of battles down here. And Scott, they're not close enough yet to make the move. But these two are racing for position. But if Aces can stay where he is now, sat in that gap, he can claim P3 off of these two. But I'm sure he would have been wanting to get up there to challenge Vardy for P2. Hell, I don't think Taylor is going to be staying in P1 with that 6-second time penalty, unfortunately, depending on how big the gap is now. Taylor will be dropping down to P7 as it stands. It is a shame, but that is the consequence of time penalties. It really shakes these races up on their heads. Props to anybody who can go penalty free around here. It is very difficult. not the most exciting of safety car sprint races, but a lot of battles going around along the track. We've got Spooner then on the back of Palfs as well. Coming up, Palfs having a really good race today, I think. I'm not sure if he spun at all today, but a very good showing from AP today. As Scott once again then gone for the move on Devola as they come side by side into the corner. There's going to be a switch rank as Scott takes the outside line into the next corner with Dave on the inside. They're still going side by side, and there might have been a little bit of contact there, but Scott seems to have claimed the position. And Scott is net P2 actually, with Taylor's penalty. Oh no, perhaps not. We're going to have to see how the penalties work themselves out, as there are a lot of different penalties up and down the grid, and Aces and Vardy are going to be the ones to reap the rewards of the penalties, going the whole race without getting any. So as we follow Scott then up into the first corner for what is the penultimate lap of this race. Just look down through the grid and sort of wait until the race is finished, but we can enjoy the on-track action as it unfolds. Palfson has caught up onto the back of Aces. He'll be looking to give him a little bit of a hustle on the track, but there won't be too much in it for him, as the penalties will rear their ugly heads once the checkered flag does come out. So Vardy then battling the whole way pretty much with Taylor. He's got a very good run up on him now, and straight up the inside, and to claim the on-track P1 of this race then. But Taylor, despite having the penalties, I'm sure he'll be wanting to fight back for that. Let's have a look at the gaps as they stand now. So Taylor looks to be losing out a lot less positions. Aces does stand to gain P3 at least. We'll have to see. Big lock up there for Vardy as he really runs that gearbox. Really pushing that gearbox to its limits there. Powell's getting up to... Oh no, he's always in P6, so it must have been Aces who's got past Dave. And Dave who's got past AP. Too much going on. This is why I don't do commentary on the driver. I entertain on the track, not with my words. And we've got a little battle going on at the back here. It seems that everybody's having fun out here. Bluey running it down there in P8 for the team, claiming 4 points. What would be 4 points, 23 points for the team today. Picking up where I failed. With Miralez and QBV, but Powers has got past Devola, so we've got an admin on admin battle. Here we go then. And Spooner looking to capitalise on the battling as well. This should be interesting. Let's ride on board with Spooner and watch the carnage from behind. Spooner, yeah, that was a 3-second time penalty there as we come round for the final lap then. Oh, well, this is the final lap, this is the end of the race. See, so I don't commentate, and Aces jumping up to second, but your race winner, as I said at the beginning, is Vardy, with Aces coming home in P2, Taylor bringing it home for a P3. Amazing battle between these three, well done gents. Scott going for a P, coming in for P4. And we'll see the rest of the finishers, but what a race. Shame that I crashed out of it. And then our podium finishes there then. Vardy claiming the podium here at Kota for the second time in a row. That's 2 wins for Vardy there. I didn't see driver of the day. But there you go then, we have Vardy coming home in P1, Aces P2, Taylor P3, followed by Scott, Devola, Bluey, Palf, Spooner, Mirades, QBV, Ginger Prince, and Callum and Sumo, and myself, all not finishing the race. Good stuff there though. Thank you for watching. This has been Sumo, commentating, not racing, well sort of some racing, but I probably won't be doing this again, but I hope you enjoyed. Bye for now.